Fans, alongside my partner Aaron Royal, I'm Leonard, and we are back here at the 2004 Jeff Peterson Memorial Cup as Mike and Todd Shane, the former NWA World Tag Team Champions, are set to take on Mike Sullivan and the former NWA Florida Heavyweight Champion, the Modern Miracle, Steve Madison.
And Lenny, there you see him in the ring right there, Mike Sullivan and Steve Madison. Mike Sullivan, your current Southern Heavyweight Champion, and there's no love lost amongst any of these guys, both Mike Sullivan and Steve Madison, former members of 911 Incorporated. Right now, that's just Ron Nemi and the Shane Brothers, and that little prick of a referee, Eric Lloyd.
Steve Madison with a suicide dive to the outside, and this thing is underway in a hurry, Aaron Royal, and a senton off the apron by Mike Sullivan, and this thing has gone to the streets right off the bat, as you see Steve Madison just hammering away with right hands on the floor, while Mike Sullivan has the other Shane brother on the other side of the ring, and they are going at it right away. As you said, no love lost between these four men, and he drops a big elbow right across Steve Madison's throat. And there is Sullivan on the outside with a big right hand by Shane, and he's going to follow it up with a clothesline, but he ducks and hits the ring post.
I tell you what, Lenny Leonard, this may be cliche, but this is not going to be a wrestling match. This is going to be a fight. Steve Madison losing that Florida Heavyweight title to Todd Shane in controversial fashion. Ron Nemi has done nothing but try to destroy the career of this great young kid. Mike Sullivan, your Southern Heavyweight Champion, he said enough of that. I'm going to come help this kid out, and you see a big double suplex on one of the big galoos.
Takes him right off his feet. He's there in a cover, and Eric Lloyd slow to follow it up, and there's no count even as they're trying to cut the ring in half, utilize their speed advantage on the big men and keep them isolated, as Sullivan off the top rope with a big elbow to the arm of one of those gigantic Shane twins biceps.
I tell you what, Lenny, you mentioned there wasn't even a count right there. Eric Lloyd, they say he's not a referee of 911. Oh, and Steve Madison coming right down on the arm. They're working over the body part, Anderson style there. These guys may not team up a lot, but obviously their expertise in the ring coming through. Mike Sullivan, been around for years, wrestled in Madison Square Garden for the WWE, and Steve Madison, trained by Steve Kern, right here at the School of Hard Knocks, taking over one of the Shane Brothers with an arm drag. It seems pretty embarrassing. We don't know which Shane brother, but I don't care how long I've known these guys. Once they start wrestling, you cannot tell these two meat stacks apart. Eric Lloyd down there doing nothing as usual, reminiscent of guys like Eddie Edwards when he was the 911 Incorporated referee, or Mikey Tenderfoot back before he saw the light, and he was with, well, what did they call that damn group, Lenny? The Alliance of Defiance. Come on, Lenny. I'm testing you, and you can't even come through. And there you see Mike Sullivan taking these big guys down to the ground. They may not have the advantage right now, but the Shane Brothers absolutely tremendous, Lenny. And you heard it here first, fans. I guarantee you, Mike and Todd Shane will have WWE contracts one day. If not, you'll never hear me announcing again.
Nice tag there. Steve Madison enters as they're controlling the arm of one of the Shane twins, cutting the ring in half, utilizing tremendous tag team strategy, and Shane just breaks the eyes and tags his brother in, and he's caught with a quick arm drag. Madison, quick as a cat, ducks the clothesline. Sullivan off the top of the missile drop kick, and Madison's going to cover. We could have a winner right here. Again, Eric Lloyd, nowhere to be found. In the pocket of Ron Nemi, just won't even count when the guy is down. I am so sick of this guy trying to use his referee position to his advantage and further career of 911 members Mike and Todd Shane.
I tell you what, Eric Lloyd so busy doing nothing, he didn't even recognize the fact Steve Madison and Mike Sullivan not even tagging in, doing some lucha style coming in there. But there you see, they're bringing the big man right back in the corner again, working over the body part. The Shane Brothers may be the best tag team in independent wrestling today, but this team with Sullivan and Madison hanging right with them.
A couple of big chops, utilizing that power advantage on Sullivan. Tries to go for a hip toss. Sullivan blocks it and catches him with an arm drag, again taking him off his feet as they are working over that left arm here. Madison now comes in, and he goes right to the arm with an arm bar.
Fans, any of you who saw our Rage in the Cage DVD, you know just what Steve Madison and the Shane Brothers can do when they're in the ring together. That bloodbath inside the cage, controversial decision. Steve Madison at first announces the winner, but I have to admit it, Todd Shane hit the ground first, and he is the rightful NWA Florida Heavyweight Champion. And don't be surprised if more tag team gold soon follows for the Shane.
Finally starting to utilize that power advantage. They've taken Madison off his feet. He's just choking the life out of him in his corner. Eric Loy, as usual, seeing fit to do absolutely nothing, while Ron Nemi and his boys break every rule in the book as they have now taken over on this kid, and they send him to the corner head first. Once, make it twice into the buckle, and Madison's in trouble. He's standing in the corner, just slumped against the turnbuckle. Irish whip reverse again, he's sent in, and he is scooped up by the big man and dropped face first right across that top turnbuckle.
One thing about Steve Madison, he may be down, but this kid will never, ever give up. Ron Nemi likes to talk about how if they got in a bar fight, he could whip Steve Madison. I don't think it's true, but then again, until it happens, I guess you never know.
Mike Shane actually admonishing Eric Loy, saying he's not counting fast enough. I think this guy counts faster than any ref I've ever seen when it's one of the Shanes making the cover. He tags in his brother Todd, and they are going to go to work now on Steve Madison with a big right hand across the back. Madison feels it, and he is slumped against the ropes as he's shot off. Todd Shane sets him up with a big boot to the stomach. Shoots him off one more time. Madison ducks the clothesline. Goes for an abdominal stretch here. Takes him over. Cobra twist into a pinning combination. 1-2, and Eric Loy goes to his pocket because his phone is ringing.
Look at that, the cell phone trick. That's nothing original, Eric Loy. Funny? Certainly, but certainly not original as well. Eric Loy, I tell you what, I guarantee you, sooner or later, you will get yours, whether it be from a guy like Steve Madison, whether it be from a guy like Mike Sullivan. And I tell you what, the other referees, they don't like this guy very much either. Eric Loy making many, many enemies, and I wouldn't be surprised if his days are numbered. Here's a referee for 911 Incorporated.
Until that day comes, everybody who's in the ring against one of Ron Nemi's charges is going to have a long, long day there, as Eric Loy is just in the pocket of Ron Nemi, and Steve Madison with those gigantic thighs of Todd Shane wrapped around his head, just choking the life out of him. And Mike Shane, with Eric Loy again distracted, comes in and they do the twin switcheroo gimmick, and now Mike Shane has those thighs just wrapped around the head of Steve Madison, just choking the life out of him, as Madison is trying to get the crowd behind him here. It is a matter of time right here if he can't find a way out of this, because that oxygen is just being depleted, cut off, and Eric Loy finally now sees it as a choke and breaks it as it covers 1-2. Man, that was a fast count.
Very fast count, and they may be doing the Killer Bee switcheroo style going on there, but let's take nothing away from the Shane brothers. They are former NWA World Tag Team Champions, multiple-time NWA Florida and IBW Tag Team Champions, Jersey All-Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions. They may not do it in the most ethical way, and there you see a big double suplex, but you can take nothing away from the talent of these two huge, huge individuals.
I never would take anything away from the talent, but again, Eric Loy sees them do the switch once again, as Mike Shane and Todd just using that size advantage here, as they are just starting to batter the younger and smaller Steve Madison with a big knee to the stomach, and Todd Shane takes him right off his feet, as Eric Loy again in the corner, distracted, as Mike Shane now comes in, and they are just stepping across the throat of Steve Madison without a tag yet again. Eric Loy obviously seeing fit just to take Mike's word for it.
Absolutely pathetic that with all this talent in the ring, we have to keep talking about Eric Loy, but the tactics leave us absolutely no choice. Where's Joe Price in this situation? I don't know if he's scared of 911 Incorporated. I don't know if maybe he has the attitude of let's just see what happens and let it go crazy. And how about these fans? First, the Peterson Cup, they get some of the best cruiserweights in the entire world going at it to honor our fallen brother Jeff Peterson. And now, for the great heavyweights going at it, a big suplex by Freedom Rider Mike Sullivan. That'll even up the odds a little bit.
Sullivan had enough of Eric Loy's shenanigans, and he took matters into his own hands with a big suplex. Madison goes for the big leg drop off the top, and the guillotine misses, and he lands firmly on the rump in the center of the ring as he is dragged out of the corner, and it is the Shane twins who are now cutting the ring off and isolating Steve Madison from Mike Sullivan, who is starting to get frustrated in the corner that he cannot get in there to make a tag and help his partner out. Shane now climbing to the outside. I cannot understand what the big man's doing, climbing to the top rope, taking way too much time here, giving Madison a chance to recover. When you're 300 pounds and you have a size advantage that this guy has, you have no business going to the top rope, and he's paying for it now as Madison follows him up to the top with a superplex coming here. If he hits it, this could be all. Superplex at 305, he gets the big man off his feet, and that could be all right here, but Madison is dazed, and instead he's going to try and make the cover as Mike Shane now looks for the tag. He gets it, and now Madison makes the tag to Mike Sullivan, and he ducks a right hand and falls with a big right hand of his own, ducks the clothesline, and he is fighting both Shane brothers here as he fires right hands, and Todd Shane takes Mike off his feet with a clothesline.
Absolutely tremendous teamwork here by Mike Sullivan and Steve Madison. Steve Madison almost wasted that big suplex off the top. Shades of Barry Windham as the Shane brothers got the tag, but he was able to get his own. And a big slam there by Mike Sullivan. The Shane brothers might be down and out.
Ace crusher into an Emerald Flosion, but no Eric Roy. Ron Nemi with a chair right in front of the referee. What the heck is going on? He just nailed Mike Sullivan in the back. He had Todd Shane beat right there, and he hits him in the back right in front of referee Eric Roy, who does absolutely nothing. But Steve Madison now has Nemi lined up in his sights. Axe Bomber takes Nemi right off his feet.
That's what you get for being so proud of yourself, Ron Nemi. Oh, but Madison paid for it, not paying attention. Mike Shane, is this going to be it? 1, 2, 3, quick out by Eric Roy.
Unbelievable. Ron Nemi with a chair shot right in front of the ref, and then the TKO from Mike Shane puts him away, and the Shane brothers are victorious at the Peterson Cup.